This one on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Hi, everybody. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. It's been all systems going this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And scout folks believe that this is a team that's built to go all.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive, because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air, receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Over the middle, complete. It's Mason. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball's thrown.
Little pitch and catch caught by McDonald. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a first down.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now it's Richardson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of the quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. He finds his man. Complete. That's McDonald. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. First down. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4-4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll run with a former LSU Tiger. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are on the board first here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed. take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
Well, partner, I have to say they caught him in the right defense there. Nickel set, fifth defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. They'll look to throw now on first down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll set up to throw. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. It's a loss of 4, and now it's second and goal. Slot man moves right. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a third and goal. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And it's caught. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
Well, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
And this one is right through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Richardson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. And that'll be incomplete. When you look at this defense, they find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards the pickup there. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 2. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 49 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
And that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Richardson looking to throw this. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Richardson looking to throw. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. An out route there for the score, a quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just...
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Point after, right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Now a first carry here for their running back. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Second quarter now, it's Brooklyn in possession as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. On now is the punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Here's Richardson to throw. Little pitch and catch caught by McDonald. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 66 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
On the left side, it's McDonald. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now Richardson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mason. 2nd down and 8. Richardson out of the shotgun. Looking middle, and that's complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flushed out right. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect it with his legs for that first down pickup.
Richardson off the play fake. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Hands it off out of the gun. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Operating from the gun, Richardson. Flush to his right. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. That's just 32 yards officially from the right hash. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd down and 6. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 42. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Back to throw again. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. 75 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Richardson working from the gun. In trouble, and he's taken down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the 1st down. On is the Chargers punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Football there, and it's 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Richardson now throwing to start the drive. And his throw is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
To throw again on second down. Richardson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. 35 yards. And the Chargers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. I don't think they need to be... situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. Three-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 2. They'll roll him out right. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. And he's got this down to the 35.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll, and now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. That's just 32 yards officially from the right hash. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll start across the Atlantic in London, England, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. The Caps needed desperately to avoid going to 1-4, and they're able to do that with the victory there. Next, we head off to check out another game. And as you see, they were winners earlier this afternoon. 28-14 was your final score. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Baltimore Ravens. J.J. McCarthy leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. We saw a strong first half out of the mobile quarterback, Anthony Richardson. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So after a very one-sided first half, what will the second half bring as we are back underway on EA Sports? And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From the 35, here's second down and 1. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He finds his man complete. That's Reed. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Reed. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Second and 11. And that's Elliott, complete. So the completion good for 7 there. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And the slot man goes in motion left. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
They'll look to throw again. That one complete to Elliott. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
A gain of 4 yards. First down with
Up the middle they go. Reed. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And shedding through the tackle. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. 22 yards. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. So an electrifying run there as he calls his own number and takes it all the way.
Brings a new dynamic to this offense, doesn't he? And right now I'm picturing the offensive coordinator, the head coach in their minds, drawing up some more running plays for this guy because he brings some excitement to this offense.
And just a young rookie, a lot of electricity yet to come in this career. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it 24-13. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And a long run there in the end to top it off. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Chargers offense and Anthony Richardson ready for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Charger drive about to get going. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. Here is 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the shotgun, Richardson. That is caught. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On first down, Burris. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
At the 50-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Burris. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2. And they'll lead the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now it's Richardson. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. He's got Mason complete. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Richardson looking to throw this. He finds his man complete. It's Mason. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. More from L.A. in a moment. Richardson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. You're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Here's Richardson to throw. Escaping. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. He'll wind up losing 10 there, a full 10 yards, so that one hurts. And it brings up 3rd and goal.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So 3 points, a response there to that opening touchdown in this 3rd quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 62 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Reed. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 16. They'll set up to throw. And that will be incomplete.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. The Charger defensive unit making their way back out there. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The Charger drive about to get going. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Now Richardson. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Richardson looking to throw. Little pitch and catch caught by McDonald. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up second down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
They go play action with Richardson. He finds his man, complete. It's Mason. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Mason. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out. Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 37-yard line.
And Richardson looks to throw once more. A throw left sideline, falls incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Richardson working from the gun. This is caught. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Chargers add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 5.
At the 34-yard line.
They'll look to throw. He'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Back to throw here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
A gain of 5. First down, Brooklyn.
Back to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Here's a 2nd and 8. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
A throw out wide, going to be incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A big-time sack there on 4th down. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down? They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away.
Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted.
And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on 3rd down. I mean, you just need a yard or two to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have...
into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out.
Interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7.
Now 2nd and 6.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play,